What is consumer surplus? Well, we discussed this earlier, that consumer surplus is the difference between what amount people are willing to pay minus what they actually pay. And we also learned this, that it is the area under the demand curve above the market price. Also, just to wrap it up, we also talked about the idea that when the price goes down, the consumer surplus goes up, because with the same willingness to pay, if the price goes down, what you actually pay goes down, and therefore consumers will pocket a higher consumer surplus. Hence, the lower the market price, the higher the consumer surplus, because when the market price goes down, consumer surplus will go up. On the other hand, when the market price goes up, consumer surplus will go down. Now, when we look at PED, or price elasticity of demand, we're looking at basically consumers' willingness to pay. If you look at the formula, consumer surplus is simply what we are willing to pay minus what we actually pay. So when the price of a good is what we actually pay, then the willingness to pay is simply price elasticity of demand. Lower the elasticity of demand, higher will be the willingness to pay. And similarly, higher the elasticity of demand, lower will be the willingness to pay. And the reason is very simple, because when your elasticity of demand is low, then basically we say that there are not many substitutes available. And if that is the case, then consumers will be willing to pay a higher price because they don't have substitutes to switch if the price of the good changes. Vice versa, if the good is elastic in demand, then one may argue that it has many substitutes available, and because of this availability of substitutes, one may also say that consumers are willing to pay less, and as a result of that, consumer surplus will be lower since you have a lower willingness to pay.